As the new year begins, it offers a unique opportunity to pause, reflect, and step into a higher level of consciousness. This is a moment to leave behind old patterns, habits, and limitations, and to open the door to personal growth, clarity, and inner peace. Drawing from the timeless and profound teachings of Ibn Arabi, this video shares 7 transformative insights designed to guide the mind, heart, and soul toward alignment, balance, and fulfillment. Each insight is not just a concept, but a practical tool to help you navigate life with greater awareness, make intentional choices, and awaken the true potential within. Whether it's understanding the interconnectedness of life, cultivating presence, or embracing your role as a co-creator, these principles provide a roadmap to live more consciously and meaningfully. By integrating these insights into daily life, even small shifts in perception and behavior can lead to profound transformation over time. This is more than just advice. It's a guide to resetting energy, expanding consciousness, and stepping into a life of purpose and harmony. In the journey of the new year, these teachings serve as a compass, helping to illuminate the path toward a brighter, more empowered version of yourself. Life is an intricate web where every element, action, and thought is connected in ways that often go unnoticed. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that this interconnectedness is a fundamental truth of existence. Understanding the oneness of life means realizing that nothing exists in isolation. Every person, event, and circumstance is a part of a larger, harmonious whole. When this perspective is embraced, experiences that once seemed confusing, frustrating, or chaotic begin to reveal their deeper purpose. Challenges no longer appear as random obstacles, but as integral components of a broader pattern, offering opportunities for growth, insight, and understanding. Recognizing life's unity transforms the way interactions are approached. Instead of responding impulsively or being consumed by ego-driven reactions, one can act with greater awareness and empathy. This awareness allows for more thoughtful, compassionate engagement with others and reduces unnecessary conflict. Each relationship, whether personal, professional, or casual, becomes a reflection of this larger whole, teaching lessons about patience, understanding, and harmony. Observing life through this lens fosters a sense of connection not only to people but also to nature, the universe, and all living beings, creating a profound sense of belonging. Seeing life as interconnected encourages a broader understanding of cause and effect. Every action produces consequences that ripple outward, influencing circumstances and others in ways that may not be immediately visible. By appreciating this dynamic, choices are made more consciously, leading to outcomes that are aligned with ethical values, compassion, and a higher purpose. Life becomes less about immediate gratification or isolated success, and more about nurturing balance, cooperation, and positive impact across multiple spheres of existence. This insight also nurtures personal growth and self-awareness. When the interconnected nature of life is acknowledged, it naturally leads to reflection on one's own role and influence within the larger web of existence. It encourages questioning the impact of thoughts, words, and actions, and motivates cultivating habits that harmonize with this greater flow. Emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and spiritual sensitivity are strengthened as individuals begin to perceive how their inner state contributes to the collective energy around them. This awareness diminishes tendencies towards self-centered thinking, anxiety, and stress, replacing them with clarity, understanding, and a sense of purpose. The oneness of life also brings a sense of profound peace. When life is viewed as a unified whole, the illusion of separation diminishes. Problems and conflicts are understood as temporary manifestations within a larger design rather than personal misfortune or random chance. This shift in perception allows for emotional resilience, equanimity, and acceptance. By observing life as a cohesive system, individuals can navigate challenges with calmness and patience, trusting that each moment is a part of a meaningful continuum, contributing to overall growth and evolution. Experiencing the oneness of life can be cultivated through reflection, meditation, and mindful observation. Spending time in nature, observing patterns in interactions, and contemplating the interconnectedness of events all help to strengthen this awareness. Simple acts, such as listening fully to someone, responding with kindness, or offering help without expectation, become expressions of this understanding. The more this perspective is internalized, the more naturally it influences decisions, actions, and overall energy, creating harmony within oneself and with the environment. Through consistent engagement with this insight, the perception of life expands. Individuals begin to see themselves not as separate entities struggling against a chaotic world, but as integral parts of an interconnected, purposeful existence. This understanding fosters empathy for others, compassion for living beings, and a sense of responsibility for contributing positively to the collective experience. It also opens the mind to spiritual dimensions, highlighting that the same universal principles govern life at all levels, from the smallest interactions to the vast workings of the cosmos. Experiencing the oneness of life is about cultivating a mindset and heart that recognize connection, meaning, and interdependence in every facet of existence. Ibn Arabi teaches that this awareness transforms ordinary life into a richer, more conscious experience. Each challenge becomes a lesson, each encounter a mirror, and each moment an opportunity to align with the universal rhythm. By consistently embracing this perspective, inner peace is strengthened, empathy becomes second nature, and life flows with a sense of purpose, unity, and profound belonging. Understanding the unity in all things is not only a spiritual practice, but a practical guide for living harmoniously, making decisions wisely, and creating a life that resonates with deeper meaning and connection. Awareness is the foundation of a conscious and fulfilling life. Ibn Arabi teaches that true presence arises when the mind, heart, and senses are fully engaged with the current moment, without being distracted by memories of the past or anxieties about the future. In everyday life, it is common to drift into autopilot, responding to situations habitually rather than thoughtfully. This lack of attention often leads to missed opportunities, misunderstandings, and unnecessary stress. By cultivating awareness, every action, thought, and interaction gains depth, clarity, and intention, creating a more harmonious experience of life. Being fully present allows for a profound understanding of oneself and the world. When attention is directed inward and outward simultaneously, subtle thoughts, emotions, and sensations become noticeable. This heightened perception fosters self-awareness, helping identify patterns, reactions, and habits that may not serve growth or well-being. The act of observing one's mind and body without judgment encourages acceptance and balance, creating a sense of calm even amidst challenges. It becomes possible to respond to situations with insight rather than react impulsively based on past conditioning or fear of the unknown. Focused awareness also enhances decision-making. By truly engaging with the present moment, choices are informed by clarity rather than distraction, bias, or haste. Whether in personal relationships, work, or everyday tasks, a grounded presence allows for better assessment of circumstances, weighing options thoughtfully, and acting in alignment with one's values and purpose. The practice of attention strengthens mental discipline, enabling the mind to navigate complex situations with confidence and composure. Over time, this ability to stay centered becomes an invaluable tool for achieving personal goals and maintaining emotional equilibrium. Cultivating presence deepens the experience of life itself. Ordinary moments like a conversation, a walk in nature, or a simple act of kindness become rich with meaning when experienced fully. Sensory perception is heightened, emotions are more vivid, and appreciation for life's subtleties grows. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that every moment holds potential insight, and by tuning into the present, these insights can be accessed and applied. Awareness transforms mundane routines into opportunities for reflection, learning, and connection, allowing life to be experienced in a more profound and satisfying way. Developing moment-to-moment awareness also strengthens emotional resilience. Life often presents situations that trigger stress, frustration, or fear. When the mind is scattered, these emotions can overwhelm and lead to reactive behavior. Awareness acts as a stabilizing force, allowing emotions to be observed without attachment or judgment. This creates space for conscious response rather than unconscious reaction, enabling a balanced approach to challenges. The ability to maintain calm and perspective in difficult circumstances fosters personal strength, reduces anxiety, and promotes well-being on both mental and physical levels. Practicing presence is not limited to meditation or quiet reflection. It can be integrated into all aspects of daily life. Simple techniques such as mindful breathing, attentive listening, or focusing fully on a single task train the mind to return to the moment. Over time, awareness becomes a natural habit, influencing thoughts, emotions, and actions automatically. Life feels more aligned, purposeful, and connected as attention shifts from distraction to engagement. Ibn Arabi teaches that through consistent practice, this cultivated awareness opens doors to inner wisdom, intuitive guidance, and spiritual insight, allowing the mind, heart, and soul to operate in harmony with each other and the world around. Another important aspect of awareness is the recognition of impermanence. Every moment is unique and fleeting, and by truly being present, one gains a deeper appreciation for life's constant change. This insight fosters gratitude, reduces attachment to outcomes, and encourages mindful engagement with experiences as they unfold. It reminds that life is not about rushing through events to reach a goal, but fully embracing each stage, each sensation, and each interaction as part of the journey. Presence allows the richness of life to be felt deeply, and each experience contributes to growth, understanding, and self-realization. Strengthening awareness in each moment is about cultivating a state of conscious attention, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment. It transforms how the mind perceives reality, how the heart experiences connection, and how the soul interacts with life's opportunities. By consistently practicing this insight, distractions fade, clarity emerges, and life becomes a continuous flow of purposeful, intentional, and meaningful experiences. Ibn Arabi reminds that the present moment is the only space where transformation, understanding, and true engagement can occur. Embracing this insight allows one to navigate life with calm, confidence, and conscious presence, creating a foundation for lasting inner peace, wisdom, and fulfillment. Setting clear intentions is a powerful practice that influences the trajectory of life in profound ways. Ibn Arabi teaches that every thought, choice, and action carries energy that resonates with the universe, shaping experiences, opportunities, and personal growth. When intentions are vague or scattered, energy is diluted, and life can feel chaotic, unfulfilled, or directionless. However, by consciously identifying what truly matters and aligning actions with these priorities, clarity, purpose, and momentum naturally emerge. Setting intentions is not just about making a wish or desire. It is a deliberate act of focusing energy, attention, and commitment on a path that supports personal, emotional, and spiritual fulfillment. Intentions act as a compass, guiding decisions, behavior, and reactions throughout the day. Without them, individuals often drift through life, responding reactively to circumstances instead of proactively shaping their experience. By defining clear intentions, each action gains meaning, and every choice becomes a step toward the desired outcome. This practice creates a powerful connection between conscious thought and tangible results, highlighting the interplay between inner clarity and external manifestation. Life starts to feel less like a series of random events and more like a purposeful journey where energy is directed with precision and intention, amplifying both growth and satisfaction. Beyond practical outcomes, setting intentions fosters self-awareness and introspection. It requires reflection on personal values, goals, and the essence of what brings true fulfillment. By contemplating what is genuinely important, whether in relationships, work, health, or spiritual development, individuals can focus energy on what aligns with their highest self. This awareness reduces wasted effort, helps avoid distractions, and strengthens commitment to meaningful pursuits. The act of intention setting transforms mundane routines into conscious practices, where even small decisions contribute to long-term alignment and success. Intentions are also deeply connected to emotional and mental well-being. When energy and actions are aligned with what is truly desired, a sense of purpose and motivation emerges naturally. Individuals feel empowered, confident, and grounded, knowing that each step is guided by conscious choice rather than external pressures or random chance. This clarity reduces stress, diminishes indecision, and fosters resilience in the face of challenges. By consistently revisiting and reaffirming intentions, focus is sharpened and life gains a sense of flow and coherence. Spiritual growth is another area profoundly influenced by intentional living. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that consciousness and energy are intertwined, and focused intention acts as a bridge between internal states and external reality. By cultivating clear, purposeful intentions, individuals harmonize inner awareness with outer actions, creating alignment with universal principles and energies. This alignment opens doors to insight, intuition, and opportunities that may otherwise remain unseen. Life becomes a reflection of inner clarity, and experiences resonate more deeply with personal values and aspirations. Setting intentions is not a one-time activity, but a continual practice. It can begin each day by reflecting on priorities, visualizing outcomes, and affirming commitments to personal growth and meaningful action. Over time, this habitual focus strengthens mental discipline, deepens self-understanding, and enhances the ability to navigate life deliberately. Each thought and choice becomes more mindful, energy is channeled effectively, and decisions are made in harmony with both short-term goals and long-term vision. The cumulative effect of repeated intentional action compounds into tangible transformation, shaping a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. Setting intentions cultivates patience and persistence. Results may not always be immediate, but clarity of purpose ensures continued progress, even when challenges arise or delays occur. Intentional living encourages trust in the process, perseverance, and adaptability, teaching that each step, regardless of outcome, contributes to growth and understanding. This practice nurtures a sense of agency, reminding individuals that while external circumstances may shift, the inner compass provided by intention remains a reliable guide. This insight is about harnessing conscious focus and energy to create a life of meaning, alignment, and impact. Ibn Arabi's wisdom teaches that intentions are more than goals. They are the essence of deliberate living, the foundation upon which thoughts, actions, and experiences coalesce into a coherent path. By setting clear intentions, individuals are empowered to navigate life with purpose, cultivate personal and spiritual growth, and align every decision with their highest aspirations. Intentional living transforms ordinary existence into a mindful journey where clarity, fulfillment, and conscious creation become the natural outcomes of dedicated practice. Through consistent application of this insight, life becomes a reflection of inner vision, values, and purpose, enabling a path that is not only successful but deeply resonant with the soul's highest calling. Growth and transformation are impossible when the mind, heart, or soul is weighed down by old patterns, unresolved emotions, and limiting beliefs. Ibn Arabi teaches that holding on to what no longer serves acts as a barrier to the natural flow of life. Clinging to the familiar, even when it is harmful or stagnant, creates resistance that prevents the mind and spirit from expanding. This resistance manifests in countless ways: stress, anxiety, confusion, repetitive failures, and a sense of emptiness or lack of purpose. True progress begins when awareness arises. The recognition that holding on to outdated experiences or mental baggage inhibits growth and keeps life trapped in cycles of repetition. Releasing these blocks is a deliberate and conscious process. It requires honest introspection and courage, the courage to examine thoughts, emotions, and memories that have been carried for years, and to question whether they contribute to growth or limit it. Many people unconsciously carry guilt, resentment, fear, or grief from the past, unaware that these emotions continue to influence decisions, relationships, and energy. By observing these feelings without judgment and allowing them to dissolve naturally, a space emerges within the mind and heart for clarity, insight, and freedom. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that this release is not an act of denial or suppression, but an act of conscious acknowledgement and transformation. By facing what binds you, you gain the power to move beyond it. The process of letting go often begins with awareness. Reflecting on recurring patterns, emotional triggers, or areas of life where stagnation is felt can reveal what needs to be released. For example, clinging to past failures or mistakes can prevent one from taking bold steps in the present. Similarly, holding on to resentment toward others keeps the mind focused on negativity rather than constructive action. By identifying these internal obstacles, one can consciously choose to release them, gradually diminishing their influence. This is not a quick or forced process, but a gentle unfolding in which old energy is acknowledged, understood, and then allowed to flow out of the system naturally. Releasing what blocks growth also involves understanding the impermanent nature of life. Ibn Arabi teaches that everything is transient and that attachment to what no longer serves is an illusion of permanence. Relationships, possessions, identities, and even emotions are constantly changing. Resisting this natural flow creates inner tension, while embracing impermanence allows for adaptability, acceptance, and peace. Letting go is therefore an act of alignment with the universal rhythm, a way to harmonize personal energy with the larger flow of existence. It enables a person to move through life with lightness, openness, and resilience, ready to receive new experiences and opportunities. Another essential component of this practice is forgiveness, both of self and others. Holding on to blame, guilt, or regret restricts growth and binds energy to past events. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that forgiveness is a liberating force, allowing old wounds to heal and clearing the path for new possibilities. Forgiving does not mean condoning harmful actions, but releasing the grip of negative emotions so that they no longer dictate behavior or perception. Similarly, forgiving oneself for mistakes, missteps, or past shortcomings creates a sense of inner compassion, self-acceptance, and empowerment. In this space of forgiveness, energy is redirected toward constructive growth rather than being trapped in cycles of self-criticism or resentment. Releasing internal blocks also nurtures emotional clarity. When unresolved emotions are carried silently, they create inner noise, confusion, and tension. By actively letting go of mental and emotional clutter, the mind becomes calmer, focused, and more receptive. Decision-making improves because choices are no longer clouded by unresolved issues, and relationships benefit as interactions are guided by clarity, presence, and understanding. This practice allows for a deeper connection to intuition, enabling guidance from within to surface naturally and influence life in ways that are aligned, conscious, and purposeful. Physical and energetic benefits also arise from this practice. Holding on to emotional or mental blocks often translates into tension in the body, fatigue, and reduced vitality. Releasing these blocks revitalizes energy, strengthens the immune system, and fosters a sense of lightness, balance, and well-being. Ibn Arabi teaches that the mind, body, and spirit are interconnected, and clearing mental or emotional obstacles facilitates a harmonious flow of energy throughout the entire being. This energetic freedom enhances creativity, productivity, and emotional stability, allowing individuals to engage more fully with life and its opportunities. The release can be cultivated through various conscious practices. Meditation, breathwork, journaling, or reflective contemplation are all methods to observe what binds the mind and heart. By gently exploring memories, emotions, and thought patterns, and then consciously deciding to let go, energy previously trapped is freed. Visualization techniques, such as imagining burdens dissolving like mist, or writing down limiting beliefs and discarding them, also reinforce the act of release. Daily reflection on what no longer serves, combined with intentional focus on the present and future, strengthens the habit of letting go and fosters continual growth. Releasing what blocks growth does not mean avoidance of lessons or detachment from responsibility. On the contrary, it requires responsibility for one's own energy, choices, and reactions. It means acknowledging past experiences, learning from them, and then consciously choosing to move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that liberation comes from the alignment of awareness, intention, and action. When old patterns, unresolved emotions, or limiting beliefs are released, life becomes a canvas for new creation, and the individual gains the ability to engage fully with reality, free from the constraints of past attachments. The act of release opens the door to personal renewal and transformation. Space created through letting go allows for the cultivation of new experiences, insights, and connections that were previously blocked. Creativity flourishes, intuition deepens, and a sense of inner freedom emerges. Life begins to feel lighter, more expansive, and filled with possibility. By practicing the release of what no longer serves, a person aligns more closely with their true purpose, inner wisdom, and the natural flow of existence. Ibn Arabi teaches that liberation from internal obstacles is not a one-time event, but a continuous journey, a daily practice of reflection, acknowledgement, and conscious choice that gradually transforms the mind, heart, and soul. Releasing what blocks growth is about freedom, clarity, and alignment. It is a commitment to living consciously, to letting go of that which limits potential, and to embracing life with openness, trust, and courage. Every mental, emotional, or spiritual obstacle released becomes a stepping stone toward a higher state of awareness, energy, and fulfillment. By integrating this practice into daily life, transformation becomes natural, experiences become richer, and the path of personal evolution unfolds with ease, joy, and profound liberation. It is through this conscious act of release that the mind, heart, and soul can fully expand, creating space for a life that resonates with possibility, purpose, and boundless growth. Life is a constantly moving current with patterns, cycles, and rhythms that guide its unfolding. Ibn Arabi teaches that understanding and aligning with this natural flow is essential for peace, clarity, and fulfillment. Every experience, whether joyous or challenging, has a timing that is part of a greater order. Often, frustration and stress arise when there is resistance to this rhythm, when the mind insists on control, or when impatience overrides trust in the natural course of events. Flowing with life's rhythm does not mean passivity or resignation. Rather, it is an active awareness of the patterns of existence, allowing one to participate in life harmoniously without forcing outcomes or clinging to unrealistic expectations. Patience is central to this insight. In a world that emphasizes speed, instant gratification, and measurable results, waiting can feel uncomfortable. Yet, Ibn Arabi emphasizes that patience is not merely waiting, it is a conscious state of being that recognizes the right moment for action. Patience allows the mind to observe, understand, and respond appropriately to circumstances rather than acting impulsively. When this is practiced consistently, it reduces anxiety and stress, creating space for thoughtful decisions and actions that are aligned with life's natural progression. Trust complements patience. Believing that life unfolds in its proper sequence fosters confidence, calmness, and resilience. It encourages letting go of the need to control every aspect of existence, acknowledging that some forces operate beyond immediate understanding. Trust does not imply blind faith, but a recognition that challenges, delays, and detours often carry lessons and opportunities that are essential for growth. By embracing trust, one is able to approach life with an open heart and mind, reducing the friction caused by resistance, frustration, or fear of uncertainty. Aligning with life's rhythm also requires the delicate balance between effort and surrender. While intentional action and discipline are important, overexertion or forcing outcomes often results in struggle, stress, or burnout. Ibn Arabi teaches that understanding the timing of events, when to act, and when to yield is crucial. Observing circumstances carefully and responding with discernment ensures that energy is used efficiently and effectively. This balance cultivates wisdom, strengthens resilience, and enhances adaptability in the face of life's inevitable changes. It encourages acting with awareness rather than reacting impulsively, promoting harmony between personal will and the broader currents of existence. Recognizing natural rhythms in life also applies to personal cycles, relationships, and creative endeavors. Human energy, emotions, and productivity naturally fluctuate, and attempting to override these patterns can create imbalance and tension. By honoring these internal rhythms while remaining attuned to external circumstances, life becomes more fluid, productive, and satisfying. Challenges are no longer seen as obstacles to overcome forcefully, but as waves to navigate with skill, awareness, and confidence. Each experience is understood as part of a larger flow, contributing to growth, learning, and transformation. Flowing with life's rhythm requires a shift in perspective. Instead of measuring success solely by outcomes or external markers, one begins to appreciate the journey itself, the unfolding of events, the lessons in timing, and the subtleties of change. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that the universe operates with an intelligence beyond human comprehension, and attempting to control every detail is often counterproductive. By attuning to the natural cadence of life, individuals learn to recognize opportunities when they arise, take inspired action when appropriate, and release situations when the timing is not right. This awareness reduces resistance and fosters a profound sense of peace and alignment. This practice is also deeply connected to emotional and spiritual growth. Life's natural flow often presents situations that trigger impatience, fear, or doubt. By choosing to flow rather than resist, the mind and heart cultivate tolerance, compassion, and understanding. Emotional turbulence is softened as one learns to accept the impermanence of circumstances and the natural unfolding of events. Spiritually, this alignment encourages humility, trust in a higher order, and a deeper connection to the energy of existence. It nurtures the understanding that everything occurs for a reason, often beyond immediate comprehension, and that patience and awareness transform challenges into opportunities for learning and expansion. Flowing with life's rhythm can be cultivated through mindful observation, meditation, and conscious reflection. Paying attention to natural patterns in daily routines, emotional cycles, and external events helps develop a sensitivity to timing. By observing how energy rises and falls and how circumstances unfold, one can identify the most effective moments for action and recognize when it is best to wait or let go. This mindful approach strengthens the ability to navigate life gracefully, responding appropriately to change rather than resisting it. Letting life unfold does not mean abandoning responsibility. Ibn Arabi teaches that it is a combination of awareness, action, and acceptance. Taking deliberate steps when appropriate, preparing diligently, and acting from a place of understanding ensures that one's efforts are effective and aligned. Simultaneously, releasing attachment to outcomes and trusting in the process fosters resilience and serenity, even when results differ from expectations. Life becomes a collaboration between human effort and the intelligence of the universe, where success is measured by alignment, growth, and inner harmony rather than mere material gain. Flowing with life's rhythm enhances relationships as well. When individuals respond to others with patience and understanding, rather than impatience or control, communication improves and bonds deepen. Conflicts are approached with composure and connections become more authentic. Understanding the timing of interactions, knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to pause fosters respect, empathy, and mutual growth. Relationships, like life itself, are easier to navigate when approached with awareness of timing and the natural unfolding of events. Creativity and problem-solving also benefit from aligning with life's natural flow. Ideas, inspiration, and solutions often emerge when the mind is relaxed, observant, and open to timing. Pushing for results prematurely can block intuition, whereas patience and receptivity allow creativity to flow naturally. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that much of life's wisdom and opportunity appears when the mind is attuned to the rhythm of existence, ready to act at the right moment. By practicing flow, one becomes more receptive to insight, innovation, and inspired action, enhancing both personal and professional life. Learning to flow with life's natural rhythm transforms the experience of existence. It creates a state of ease, confidence, and clarity where challenges are seen as part of a larger pattern, opportunities are recognized intuitively, and personal energy is preserved and directed effectively. Ibn Arabi teaches that this alignment brings balance between effort and surrender, action and patience, control and trust. Life becomes smoother, richer, and more fulfilling as resistance dissolves and one moves harmoniously with the currents of existence. By embracing this insight, each day becomes an opportunity to practice awareness, patience, and trust. Life's ups and downs are navigated with grace. Setbacks become lessons, and successes feel earned and meaningful. The mind, heart, and soul operate in harmony, attuned to the flow of life rather than against it. In this state of alignment, personal growth is accelerated, inner peace deepens, and the journey itself becomes as rewarding as the destination. Flowing with life's natural rhythm is not merely a philosophy, it is a practical, transformative way to live, offering resilience, clarity, and a profound sense of connection to the unfolding beauty of existence. Every individual carries an energy that radiates outward, subtly influencing the environment, relationships, and even circumstances around them. Ibn Arabi teaches that this energy is a reflection of the inner state of mind, heart, and spirit. When the inner world is aligned with positivity, compassion, and love, it naturally projects outward, shaping experiences and interactions in a harmonious way. Conversely, negativity, frustration, and resentment that are held internally can unconsciously impact those around us, creating tension, misunderstanding, and resistance in life. Recognizing this principle is the first step toward consciously cultivating light, empathy, and positive energy in daily existence. Shining light does not necessarily refer to grand gestures or extraordinary actions. It begins with the small, intentional choices made every day, the way one speaks, responds, and acts in simple interactions. A smile, a kind word, a moment of patience, or an act of generosity can ripple far beyond the immediate situation, creating a chain of positive influence. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that even subtle, consistent actions rooted in goodness carry immense transformative power. By practicing kindness and understanding, life becomes infused with warmth, connection, and meaning, both internally and externally. Compassion is a cornerstone of this insight. It involves the conscious choice to understand others without judgment, to empathize with their struggles, and to respond with care rather than reaction. Compassion does not require agreement with all actions of others or blind tolerance of negative behavior. Instead, it is the recognition that every individual faces challenges and limitations. By cultivating compassion, relationships deepen, conflicts are mitigated, and trust and mutual respect flourish. This approach also enhances self-compassion, allowing one to acknowledge imperfections, forgive mistakes, and nurture personal growth without self-criticism or guilt. Positivity is another essential aspect of this principle. Maintaining an optimistic and constructive perspective does not mean ignoring life's challenges or denying reality. Rather, it is the conscious choice to focus on possibilities, solutions, and growth rather than dwelling solely on problems or setbacks. Positive energy acts as a magnet, attracting opportunities, supportive people, and experiences that align with higher intentions. Ibn Arabi teaches that the energy one projects is reflected back, influencing not only external circumstances but also internal states of mind, creating a reinforcing cycle of harmony, motivation, and well-being. This insight also emphasizes the interconnected nature of human experience. Every interaction, no matter how small, carries the potential to impact others profoundly. Radiating light and positivity encourages others to respond in kind, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond immediate awareness. By consciously embodying qualities such as generosity, patience, understanding, and encouragement, one contributes to the collective energy in a way that uplifts communities, relationships, and environments. The act of shining light becomes both a personal practice and a contribution to the world, reinforcing the idea that transformation begins within and radiates outward. Shining light, compassion, and positivity also strengthen personal resilience and emotional stability. Life inevitably presents challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. By cultivating an inner state of brightness and generosity, one is better equipped to navigate difficulties without becoming overwhelmed by negativity. Positivity provides perspective, compassion fosters understanding, and light sustains hope. Together, these qualities create a balanced and grounded approach to life, where challenges are addressed with clarity, solutions are identified, and growth is fostered rather than blocked by fear, resentment, or frustration. This insight can be applied in multiple aspects of life. In relationships, choosing patience over impatience, listening deeply rather than reacting impulsively, and responding with understanding rather than judgment strengthens bonds and nurtures trust. In professional or collaborative environments, bringing positivity, encouragement, and cooperation fosters harmony, motivation, and productivity. Even in solitary moments, cultivating light through reflection, gratitude, and mindful focus on the good contributes to internal balance and outward influence. Each conscious act reinforces the practice, creating an upward spiral of personal and collective growth. Shining light and embodying compassion encourages self-awareness and introspection. Individuals become more mindful of their thoughts, emotions, and actions, observing how internal states affect both themselves and others. This awareness allows for intentional alignment with values and principles, strengthening integrity and authenticity. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that spiritual growth and personal evolution are inseparable from the energy projected into the world. By radiating positivity, the mind, heart, and soul remain in harmony, reinforcing the ongoing cycle of self-improvement and alignment with universal energy. The cultivation of light and compassion enhances intuition and guidance. When the mind and heart operate in a state of clarity, kindness, and optimism, subtle insights and inspirations become more noticeable. Decisions can be made with confidence, and opportunities that might otherwise be overlooked become apparent. This state of alignment allows individuals to navigate life with confidence, trusting that the energy they project aligns with the natural flow of events and attracts supportive circumstances. Shining light is also a deeply spiritual practice. It aligns personal energy with universal principles, reinforcing the connection between inner awareness and the larger flow of existence. Ibn Arabi highlights that positivity, kindness, and compassion are not merely moral choices, but energetic principles that harmonize human consciousness with divine wisdom. By embodying these qualities, one contributes to the elevation of collective consciousness while nurturing individual growth. This perspective transforms daily life into a continuous practice of alignment, reflection, and contribution, where each action becomes a conscious choice to create harmony and beauty. The practice of radiating light, compassion, and positivity transforms character and life circumstances. Challenges that once caused frustration are approached with patience and understanding. Conflicts are resolved with empathy, and opportunities for joy, connection, and growth naturally increase. Relationships deepen, environments become more supportive, and personal energy flows with clarity and intention. This transformation is cumulative. Each conscious act strengthens the capacity to shine, creating a life that is increasingly meaningful, harmonious, and fulfilling. Shining light, practicing compassion, and radiating positivity are practices that nurture both the self and the world. Ibn Arabi teaches that these qualities are reflections of inner alignment and spiritual awareness. They are not dependent on external circumstances, but arise from conscious cultivation and presence of mind. By embodying this energy daily, individuals enhance personal growth, deepen connections with others, and align with the natural, harmonious flow of life. This insight emphasizes that transformation is not a distant goal, but a living practice, an ongoing journey where every thought, word, and action contributes to a brighter, more connected, and purposeful existence. Through consistent effort, these practices create a ripple effect, influencing not only personal life, but also the broader environment. The energy radiated outward returns in multiple forms: support, understanding, opportunities, and enriched experiences. By consistently integrating light, compassion, and positivity into daily living, the mind, heart, and soul are strengthened, relationships are enhanced, and the path toward fulfillment and spiritual alignment becomes more vivid and attainable. Ibn Arabi's wisdom demonstrates that life becomes richer, more harmonious, and profoundly meaningful when these qualities are consciously embraced and embodied in every moment. Life is a canvas, and every individual holds the brush. Ibn Arabi teaches that reality is not merely something that happens to a person, but something that is co-created through thoughts, choices, and actions. Each moment offers the opportunity to contribute consciously to the shape and texture of one's life. By understanding this principle, it becomes clear that personal responsibility is central to growth and fulfillment. Every decision, no matter how small, carries creative power. It influences circumstances, interactions, and ultimately the trajectory of life. Recognizing this inherent role as a creator is both liberating and empowering, for it shifts the perception of life from passive observation to active participation. At the core of this insight is the understanding that intentions are the seeds of creation. Thoughts, when focused and repeated, generate energy that attracts circumstances aligned with those mental patterns. Choices translate these intentions into actions, which then ripple outward, influencing events, environments, and relationships. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that awareness is essential. Creativity without consciousness can perpetuate unconscious patterns, limiting growth or reinforcing old behaviors. When actions are taken with clarity, mindfulness, and alignment with higher purpose, the life created becomes a reflection of inner values, desires, and understanding. Embracing the role of a creator also means acknowledging the power of imagination and vision. Before any action manifests externally, it is first conceived internally. The mind serves as the origin of creation, and intentional visualization strengthens the pathway from thought to reality. By imagining desired outcomes with clarity, conviction, and emotional resonance, the subconscious mind begins to align with these intentions, setting into motion a chain of events that support manifestation. This process highlights the importance of mental discipline, focus, and belief, as scattered or conflicted thoughts can dilute creative energy and hinder purposeful results. Conscious creation extends to emotions and attitudes as well. The energy projected outward influences circumstances and interactions, often shaping the quality of experiences. A mindset grounded in positivity, hope, and constructive thought patterns fosters alignment with desired outcomes. Conversely, fear, doubt, and negativity can create obstacles, attract challenges, and slow progress. Ibn Arabi teaches that by mastering inner states, individuals harness their creative power in a constructive and harmonious way. Emotional intelligence becomes a tool for shaping experiences, as awareness of feelings and their impact allows for refined and intentional action. Another important aspect of this insight is accountability. Being a creator does not absolve challenges or difficulties, but it emphasizes that every individual has influence over their reactions, decisions, and direction. Life's circumstances may present limitations, surprises, or unforeseen events, but how these situations are approached and responded to lies within personal control. By embracing responsibility, one transforms from a passive participant into an active architect of existence, navigating life with deliberate intent rather than being swept along by external forces. This sense of agency fosters empowerment, resilience, and confidence as the individual recognizes their capacity to influence outcomes and craft meaningful experiences. Creativity in life is also holistic, encompassing not only tangible achievements, but also the intangible aspects of existence, relationships, mindset, spirituality, and personal development. Every interaction is a creative act. Every word spoken is a contribution to the world, and every habit or routine shapes the personal and collective environment. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that small, consistent actions, when aligned with intention, accumulate into significant transformation. Understanding this reinforces the value of mindful daily practices, as consistent, purposeful effort creates a cumulative effect that shapes life over time. Embracing one's creative role encourages courage and initiative. The awareness that life is co-created inspires individuals to take proactive steps toward desired outcomes, rather than waiting passively for circumstances to dictate results. Challenges become opportunities for experimentation, innovation, and growth. Mistakes and failures are reframed as lessons that inform future decisions and refine the creative process. By viewing life as an ongoing act of creation, individuals cultivate adaptability, perseverance, and resourcefulness, transforming obstacles into stepping stones toward meaningful achievement. Spiritual growth is also deeply connected to this insight. Ibn Arabi teaches that recognizing oneself as a co-creator aligns individual energy with universal principles, fostering harmony between personal will and the flow of existence. When thoughts, actions, and intentions are conscious and deliberate, life resonates with coherence, and the individual experiences alignment between inner vision and external reality. This perspective nurtures self-trust, clarity, and a sense of purpose, reinforcing the understanding that creation is not merely external achievement, but the embodiment of conscious living. The practice of embracing one's creative power begins with intentional reflection. Identifying core values, desired outcomes, and areas where influence is possible enables focused action. Journaling, visualization, meditation, and mindful planning are tools to enhance clarity, direct energy, and reinforce alignment with intentions. By consistently practicing conscious creation, the mind becomes adept at recognizing opportunities, responding effectively to challenges, and maintaining focus on long-term goals. Each decision is informed by awareness, each action is imbued with purpose, and each outcome becomes a reflection of deliberate effort rather than chance or randomness. The recognition of creative power inspires gratitude and humility. While individuals influence the unfolding of life, the interconnected nature of existence reminds us that outcomes are shaped not only by personal actions, but also by relationships, circumstances, and universal patterns. Ibn Arabi teaches that acknowledging the role of higher intelligence or universal order complements personal responsibility, creating a balance between action and receptivity. By integrating conscious creation with awareness of interconnectedness, life becomes a co-created dance, blending intention, effort, and alignment with the greater flow of existence. Relationships also flourish when one embraces the role of a creator. Understanding the influence of words, actions, and energy in interpersonal dynamics fosters empathy, respect, and collaboration. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to consciously contribute to harmony, understanding, and shared growth. By recognizing that reality is co-shaped in these exchanges, individuals become more mindful communicators, supportive partners, and constructive contributors to the environments they inhabit. Embracing the role of a creator is about living intentionally in every dimension: thought, emotion, action, and energy. Ibn Arabi teaches that each person possesses the power to shape not only personal reality, but also the collective experience. By consciously directing energy, aligning actions with values, and maintaining awareness of intentions, life becomes a purposeful, fulfilling, and meaningful journey. This insight empowers individuals to move beyond passivity, fear, or indecision, and step confidently into a life where desires, intentions, and purpose are harmonized with action. By internalizing this principle, life transforms from a series of random events into a coherent, intentional, and inspired journey. Every thought becomes a tool for creation, every choice a brushstroke, and every action a manifestation of conscious will. The mind, heart, and soul operate in alignment, enabling manifestation that reflects personal vision, integrity, and higher purpose. Ibn Arabi's wisdom reminds that embracing one's role as a creator is not a momentary insight, but a lifelong practice, one that empowers, liberates, and transforms existence into a rich, dynamic, and fully realized expression of conscious life. As this journey through Ibn Arabi's teachings comes to a close, the message is clear. Life is a canvas, and every moment holds the potential for growth, clarity, and transformation. By embracing these insights, awakening awareness, setting intentions, releasing what holds you back, flowing with life, radiating light, and recognizing your creative power, life becomes a conscious, purposeful, and harmonious experience. Transformation does not happen overnight, but small, consistent steps aligned with these principles create lasting change. Each day is an opportunity to live with intention, nurture positivity, and connect deeply with yourself and the world around you. Carry these teachings into daily life. Allow them to guide decisions, interactions, and reflections, and watch how energy, opportunities, and experiences shift. The path to a fulfilled, aligned, and empowered life begins with conscious choice, awareness, and the willingness to act with purpose. If these insights resonated, let them inspire action today. The new year, or any moment, is always the perfect time to awaken, create, and transform.